Guilin flood report and Chinese citizen comments. Guilin flood briefing news. From June 19 to 20, 2024, Guilin City experienced a major flood peak in the Li River, submerging houses and cars in the urban area. The water level in the Li River rose rapidly, flooding the city within a short period, turning streets and squares into a water city. This flood peak is the largest since 1998, with the flood control emergency response raised to the highest level. Due to continuous heavy rainfall and upstream water, by the early morning of the 20th, the water level at the Guilin hydrological station on the Li River reached 149 meters. 2.88 meters above the warning level, marking the largest flood in 30 years. Aerial footage shows severe flooding on both sides of the Li River, with water levels reaching the second floor in some areas. The city is paralyzed, and some areas have power outages. Guilin railway station is flooded, causing the railway department to suspend and limit some trains. Scenic spots are closed, and tourists are being evacuated to ensure no casualties. Good Samaritans in rubber boats have been rescuing people in the flood, saving over 20 people in 5 hours. In the coming days, parts of Guangxi will continue to experience rainfall, and the flood situation remains severe. The Guangxi Meteorological Bureau stated that since mid-June, the combination of the subtropical high and low vortex shear lines has caused continuous heavy rainfall in northern Guangxi. In the next few days, many areas in Guangxi will experience rain, with heavy rain in the north and showers or thunderstorms in the south. Now, let's take a look at the reactions and comments from the public of Chinese. This flood came rapidly, with one netizen saying, "Switch the video to landscape and full screen on mobile phone for a more stunning view." Clearly, the public's attention to this flood is very high. With some even questioning, is this real? Such a big event and CCTV hasn't reported it. The flood left many people feeling helpless. One person joked, "Isn't it funny, after all these years of construction, digging every day, and in the end, a bit of rain and we're flooded." Another questioned, "We spend so much money on infrastructure, municipal works, and water projects every year. Why is it still like this? Every year there's a once-in-a-century flood." This statement seems to be the consensus among the public. Many citizens are praying, "Dear heavens, please send the rain to Hunan, Hebei, Shandong, Shaanxi." Seeing such severe flooding, many people feel heavy-hearted. Such deep water, just looking at it makes my heart tremble. The roads are submerged. Wishing the people of Guilin safety after the flood peak. A citizen pointed out the issue of soil erosion. "It's even muddier than the Yellow River, how severe is the soil erosion?" Another commented, "The drawbacks of urbanization are becoming apparent." Regarding flood prevention measures, many people questioned, nowadays, whether forecasts can predict 15 days or more in advance. Why couldn't Guilin's major reservoirs preemptively manage the flood and create space? When the heavy rain hits, the reservoirs simultaneously release water, causing flooding in Guilin. Isn't there negligence involved? Who will be held responsible? About the severity of the flood, one person mentioned, "It's said to be the most severe flood since the liberation." Everyone is wondering, where did the investments in flood control go? Some suggested, we should refer to international designs of natural transition green belts on both sides of rivers to avoid directly turning rivers into concrete channels and mitigate the impact of floods on cities. This flood has made people pay more attention to weather and urban planning issues. Someone noted, "This year has been particularly unusual. It has been raining heavily since the Qingming festival, and it hasn't stopped in May and June." Of course, many citizens are also concerned about the safety of others. Cars being submerged is a small matter. The main thing is that people are safe. More expressed their gratitude to the frontline workers fighting the flood. There's a major flood, but the government's management is still very effective. implementing multiple traffic controls for the safety of the people's lives and property. Thanks to the comrades working on the front lines of flood control. The impact of the flood is far-reaching, and everyone is cheering for Guilin. Stay strong, Guilin. We hope everyone can safely get through this disaster.